Alright, man, welcome back to another Hood Nature reaction. Today we got 10 animals you definitely forgot existed. Now, Hood Nature provides nothing but absolute fucking bangers, so I'm pretty excited for this one, man. Also, hey, if you like the video, yeah, it really does help push it out to more people, man. Alright, like always, let's not waste any more time, let's just get right into this one, man. I'm excited for this. What the fuck is that thing? Ah! Yo, why, bruh? The fuck, man?
What do you think is the most popular animal in the world? Well, I was curious, and after extensive research, I found a map. A world map that used Google Keyword Planner and cross-reference searches for 170 different animals across 180 countries to determine the most loved animal in each country. For example, monkeys won over Australia, pandas have Indonesia in a chokehold, and apparently my mother country of Senegal loves hippos. No comment on that. But you want to know what the overwhelming favorite was? The runaway winner was, by far, the tiger with 40.
The tiger! Dude, that's badass. Fuck yeah. It's my second favorite animal.
What the overwhelming favorite was?
That's my third favorite animal, rather.
The runaway winner was, by far, the tiger with 44 countries riding for them. At number 2 with 28 countries were hippos, proving that you gotta be famous to be infamous. These were the top 10 animals according to this map.
Okay, let's look at it. Tiger, whale, elk, elephant, gorilla, hippo, dolphin, not a seal, the bigger version of the seal, whatever the fuck that is, I'm blanking on the name, a penguin, and a lion.
It's cool, but it's not perfect. The lion is the national animal for 19 different countries, a record, but they just barely made the top 10. But then this got me thinking, what about all those animals that don't get nearly enough talk time?
Yeah.
Well, this video is for them. Here's 10 animals you either didn't know existed, forgot about, or that my personal bias wish we talked about more. And starting off...
Was that a zebra mixed with a giraffe? What the fuck was that?
Off is the maned wolf. It's one of those animals whose name does nothing for us, since it's not a wolf, not a fox, or even a Latin coyote in black knee-highs. Apparently, they're just themselves, and they are literally built different. They're tall enough to look down on some Great Danes, but at about 50 pounds soaking wet, they're more in the weight class of a basset hound. How you can dwarf Scooby yet get bodied by Snoopy's depressed cousin is unconscionable. And virtually every picture of a maned wolf looks AI generated. It's a genetically sequenced identity crisis, so it's only right that it sounds like one.
Oh, look how tall it is.
Is it a roar? Is it a bark? Is it a cry for help or the damnation of a higher being? Nobody knows. Not even him.
What about a little bit of both? Can it be like a nice little mixture of everything, you know what I'm saying?
Also, you probably heard that the maned wolf smells like Snoop Dogg salad. This is 100% true. In fact, they've even gotten some zoos raided by police looking for cannabis. But all they found was a canned mid-piss. If the canine family had a cookout, this ginger still puppy would be the one pulling up with veggie burgers. Most of a maned wolf's grocery list includes fruits and veggies, with Lobera, aka the wolf's apple, getting its name from this portrait mode fox constantly eating it.
Wow.
They also made history as the first wild animal to be successfully treated through stem cell therapy after one got hit by a truck. All in all, I think they're pretty cool. I'd call them a dog that can't dog, but that's more accurate for the raccoon dog. Another animal you probably forgot existed.
I don't
Most people know about them from two things.
What the fuck is that
the Tanuki suit from Mario, and their role in Japanese mythology as the Bakedanuki. And due to certain aspects of that myth,
I didn't know either of
the
those.
fact that I'd like to stay monetized, that's all I'm gonna say about them. Because unlike them, I don't have the balls to test guidelines. Raccoon dogs aren't even remotely related to raccoons and basically stole their entire flow through convergent evolution. They're canines, meaning they sit at the same lunch table as wolves, dogs, and coyotes. But their closest cousins are foxes. Which reminds me, close your eyes. There's no jump scare coming, I swear. This will be fun. Just close them real quick. All right, everyone ready?
No.
Okay. That was not the sound of two clowns with marital issues.
Bruh. What the fuck?
That was what a raccoon dog roll call sounds like. You see what I mean by the whole dog that can't really dog properly thing? They're the only canines that hibernate. Seriously, they're the only one. They're that special. They can also climb trees, because of course they can. They're willing swimmers, because sounds about right. And they may or may not have been responsible for a certain virus putting the world on timeout. But considering the war crimes committed against them for their fur, I'm willing to look past it. There is no looking past this E.T. looking.
Okay, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that's the animal from Star Wars.
The antelope. This is a Saiga, and that is 100% unfiltered. They really do look like Star Wars in the face.
Yeah.
That sizable
Wow, I was 100%
Cause
right.
piece is designed to filter out the dust kicked up by a herd that used to be millions strong. It's like a built-in respirator that also makes them look like Alf's illegitimate child. I realize that's a dated reference, so here's Alf and here's a Saiga. You see
Okay,
it
what the fuck is who the fuck is Alf? What is an Alf, brother?
too, right? Now you might be wondering, can that nose be used to amplify mating calls and increase their chances with females who sexually select for bigger noses? And you're
Nice.
absolutely right, they do use their noses to amplify mating calls and increase their chances with females who sexually select for bigger noses. The size queens
Nice.
come in many forms. And speaking of female validation, eligible bachelors will run fades with each other using those horns in order to gain control of a harem.
Oh my
Unfortunately,
God.
those horns can get them laid and laid to rest. Since Saiga's have
Yeah, look how sharp they are, dude. That thing feels like it could just penetrate
been
this
victims
motherfucker.
of poaching, and that and disease and habitat loss nearly has
Aw,
Narnia goat's
poaching,
entire
man.
population in the gulag. Today, they're critically endangered and found only one place in the world, in the dry grasslands and semi-deserts of Central Asia. But that's too depressing.
Wow, I
So
didn't know
here's
that.
a baby Saiga. Now here's
Aw,
two
look
baby
at 'em.
Saigas.
Aw, look
You
at
wanna
both of
know
'em.
what's even more depressing? There's a good percentage of the population that doesn't realize that narwhals
Narwhal.
are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't make those up. They really do be out here swimming in the ocean, causing
But aren't they like extremely endangered? I thought there was like only a couple left.
ocean because they're just so awesome. It's an aquatic unicorn, except that horn is actually a giant inside-out tooth with millions of nerve endings. We used to think that narwhals use this single tooth overbite for violence, but with how sensitive it is, it's much more likely that it just tells the whale about the world around it, similar to cat whiskers. Also, that tooth is flexible and they can bend it a foot in any direction, and I didn't even
Bro,
know that until
what?
this video. One reason we don't know more about them is because narwhals are painfully shy introverts that can legitimately get flatlined by panic attacks. When narwhals get pressed or stressed, their heart rates will slow all the way down to 3 to 4 beats a minute. A slow heart rate is great for swimming in ice water all day, but a heart deciding to work part-time while you're fighting for your life is a good way to see the gates. And with a crippling fear of people, human interaction can put nature's anxiety whale on life support. But even this high-strung struggle cetacean has an unlikely friend. In 2016, scientists noticed a male narwhal traveling with a pod of beluga whales, and ever since then, they've
Aw,
watched him
dude,
run with
that's
the belugas
cool.
like he was one of their own. But there's a good chance this is more than just a friend situation, because Narluga isn't a ship name, it's the result of a beluga and a narwhal hooking up and creating a hybrid. Which they can do, since somehow an eternal extrovert and a whale with a literal self-destruct setting for social interaction are related. Speaking of related, you know how I said the main wolf isn't actually a wolf or a fox?
Yeah.
Well, I can give you 100 tries. You'll never guess this deer dog's closest canine.
Closest canine family member. Chihuahua.
Cousin. And that's because it's an animal a lot of y'all probably didn't even know existed. And that would
Okay, well, I was wrong.
be the South American bush
To be fair, I couldn't think of any other animals than a dog and a wolf. That's a canine, so.
dog. Even though they look like that
Look
meme
at
of
that
5'11"
thing.
versus 6 foot. We all have that brother, sister, or cousin we swear stole height from us. Evidently, the maned wolf took all the legs in the family and turned the bush dog into an ankle biter. I can only make this joke so many times, but if you took one look at them and thought they were a wolverine or an undercooked bear or even a really confused Tasmanian devil, nobody would blame you. Especially since for a while, we thought this weasel beagle went extinct. It took a few years for us to realize they didn't get discontinued and even longer to put them in the canine club. Bush dogs live in packs and they're kind of like the African
Look at
wild dogs of
him.
the Amazon. But instead of running
Dude,
prey down
they're
on
sick.
land, bush dogs would
They're
kind of like
cute
them
as
get
fuck. Look at
discontinued
'em.
and even longer to put them in the canine club. Bush dogs live
at
in
'em all
packs
just
and they're kind of
mobbing.
like the African wild dogs of the Amazon.
I
But
like
instead
their
of
blue
running
tail.
prey down on land, bush dogs would rather ambush ops in water, which they're really good at thanks to webbed feet, their ability to dive, but most importantly, the power of friendship. They usually go for small
The power of
rodents, birds, lizards, and the
friendship.
occasional capybara. But bush dogs have been on record murking a tapir after chasing it around for hours. The same tapir
shot,
that can
they
weigh
got a
about 2
tapir.
prime shacks at nearly 700 pounds. Yeah, the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Finding one bush dog, let alone a whole pack, is veteran level difficulty. But if you happen to be walking through the jungle and smell salad, you might just get lucky, because the scent signature they mark their territory with gives a strong impression of vinegar. But
Dude,
since
I
they can
hate
fold a
that.
several 100-pound horse cow, luck might not be the right word. You need more than luck to catch this cat. The
Ooh!
clouded leopard is so
Look at it.
secretive and so
Dude, this fucking cat is so badass. It's small as fuck, I believe.
introverted that we honestly don't know a whole lot about them. We do know that they easily earn gold medal for tree climbing, even for a cat. They can rotate their ankles 180 degrees, which
What?
means unlike most other cats, clouded leopards can climb down a tree head first. They'll even cross a branch upside down for no other reason but to flex. In fact, their entire existence
Dude.
is a flex. It's widely believed that this overcast kitty
Look at it.
diverged from the common ancestor of the pantheran cats up to 9 million years ago. Not only does that make them the most ancient species of cat alive today, it also makes them a living fossil. You see, on the left is the skull of a clouded leopard, and on the right is the headpiece
Oh my god, look at it right next to the saber-tooth tiger, bruh. Dude, that's sick.
of a clouded leopard, and on the right is the headpiece of Smilodon, aka a prehistoric predator of the saber-tooth variety.
Yeah.
In fact, clouded leopards often get called the modern-day saber-tooth because they have the longest canine teeth
Oh
of
my
any cat
God,
relative
look
to
at
body
those.
size. That's longer than lions, tigers, and even the Cayman's paralysis demon, the jaguar. Also, despite its name, it's not technically a leopard, and while you could call it the smallest of big cats, scientists widely believe that the clouded leopard is actually the link between big cats and small cats. Big cats referring to lions, tigers, jaguars, leopards, and snow leopards, which also aren't even real leopards either, and small cats
Snow
being
leopards
the rest,
aren't-
like cheetahs,
wait, what?
pumas, ocelots, and of
He's
course
gotta break that
domestic
down.
cats. Also, it's not really a size thing, it's more like big cats can roar but can't purr, and small cats can purr but can't roar. Clouded leopards can't do
Makes
either,
sense.
instead they do this.
Oh, it's cute, dude. It's so cute. Oh, look
I
at
hope that made
it.
sense. I feel like that got complicated. And it gets even more complicated with this next animal. 'Cause
No,
what
it
do a
makes sense.
manatee, a dugong, and an elephant all have in common?
They breathe air.
They end up at the same family reunion as the rock hyrax.
What?
That's right, this African boulder gerbil, this marmot from the motherlands, is cousins with the biggest thing on Earth with legs.
That's
the hyrax
wild.
is also clade mates with aardvarks, elephant shrews, and tenrics. It makes less sense the harder you
Yeah, though these make more sense. What do you mean? These make more sense than the.
think about it. Although in their defense, hyraxes have the same tusks that elephants do, but like with the maned wolf and the bush dog, someone had to get the short end. And did they ever?
True.
Hyraxes also can't really control their body temperature, despite that being one of the first rules of being a mammal. So to fight the fact that nature made them as close to cold-blooded as a mammal can get, hyraxes spend most of their time basking in the sun. I used to think they were just chill like that, but apparently chill is exactly what they're trying to avoid. Also, they make a sound that's almost a
Lamau.
guaranteed trip to therapy if you ever hear it in person. I'm not gonna do this for every animal, but I couldn't not add this.
Ah! Yo, what the fuck is that, bruh? Bro, what the fuck is that?
Trying to avoid. Also, they make a sound that's almost a guaranteed trip to therapy if you ever hear it in person. I'm not gonna do this for every animal, but I couldn't not add this.
Yo, how his face be looking, bro? Look how he be looking. Oh my
This thing
god,
has
that
more in common
fucking
with
thing.
mammoths than it does with hamsters. I want that to sink in. And the only thing
Mammoths
arguably more
than
unbelievable than
hamsters.
that is
How?
whales and dolphins being the closest living relatives of hippos. At this point, nothing really needs to be said. We all know hippos are homicidal demons.
Brother, nothing is making sense at this point.
To sink in. And the only thing arguably more unbelievable than that is
Yeah.
whales and dolphins being the closest living relatives of hippos. At this point, nothing really needs to be said. We all know hippos are homicidal demon pigs with the temperament of a landmine.
They
In fact, I'm pretty
are.
sure they're
Oh,
only Google
that-
famous the same way
that
Logan Paul was
line
back in
is fucked.
2017. If you know, you know. But what a lot of people don't know is the
Damn.
tiny travel-sized
If you know,
version that
you
lives
know.
today. The pygmy hippo is 5 times smaller and half as tall as their murderous cousins. They're also forest animals, solitary and naturally shy, and they're much less of a threat to humanity. Just don't go and tell them that. You know,
Oh.
this one's name is Sweet Pork. I'm not
Yeah,
even
she's
making
trying
that
to
up.
bite you.
Like basically every other animal, they can be on demon timing if you push them enough. But clearly the aquatic oppression horse
Look
stole
at
all
that
their ill
fucking
will. 'Cause
thing,
no
bruh.
shot could you slap one dead in the face and not end up dead with a trace. Huh. Well, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Now you
Oh my god, look at this hippo. How do they just have it chilling there, bro? That's fucking wild to me, dude.
trace.
In this video of this baboon
Like basically
smacking this
every other
motherfucker
animal, they
is
can
so
be on
funny.
demon timing if you push them enough. But clearly the aquatic
This.
oppression horse
He's
stole
like-
all their ill will. Cause no shot could you slap one dead in the
Shut
face
up.
and not end up dead with a trace. Huh. Well, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Now, you've definitely heard of this next animal before. It's just that the last time you probably did, Chris
Ooh.
Rock and Jada Smith were on speaking and not slapping terms. And of course, we're talking about Madagascar's top predator and a bane to lemurs everywhere, the Fusa. Although with its spelling,
look
I'm
at
pretty
him.
sure it's actually Fossa, but the day I pronounce it like that is the day I lay my childhood to rest. The Fusa is pretty much a Madagascar mongoose.
Yeah.
And if you know how psychotic mongoose are, you'll understand why the lemur population treated them like terrorists. But one thing I never realized because of the movie is they're not that much
Fossa 2831 Sifaka. Not including
bigger than the
Chile.
lemurs they eat. And they have the same flexible exorcist ankles
Look
as a
at
clouded
this
leopard, meaning
thing,
trees
bruh.
are pretty much their home court.
Oh my god, dude. It looked like a bat when it was going down that
Especially
tree.
since they
What
have
the
tails
fuck?
longer than a Monday to keep balance. Fusas also have, I'm gonna say, interesting mating practices. And once again, I want to stay monetized, so I'm not gonna step in that minefield. Just know that if you follow a female Fusa long enough, you might not hear the choo-choo, but you will see a train. And while it's usually lemurs taking the L, as apex predators
Jesus fucking Christ.
enough, you might not hear the choo-choo, but you will see a train. And while it's usually lemurs taking the L, as apex predators, this monkey cat murks anything that doesn't cook them first. Sometimes they'll even work together, with one climbing a tree to scare prey onto the ground.
Oh,
and the
look
partner
at
can retire
that
their will to
leap!
live. Not bad. Also, I know you see that flex. But there's no bigger flex than this next animal soloing the US Navy. Back in the 70s, US nuclear submarines were forced to fall back after they took damage to the rubber neoprene layer covering the sensitive sonar domes. This compromised their navigation, and at first people were rushing to the conclusion that the commies had gotten one over on them.
The
What
commies,
actually happened
Lamau.
was that out of the over 500 species of sharks, the US Navy managed to get griefed by one of the smallest. The cookie cutter shark is only about a foot and a half,
No
and these
shot,
giant killers feed
bruh.
on some of the biggest animals in history for a living. They got their name because this parasite will swim up to a whale and
Oh my god, look at this fucking thing, bruh. Fuck
some
no.
of the biggest animals in history for a living. They got their name because this parasite will swim up to a whale and then use its jaws to slice out a perfectly circle-shaped piece of flesh. It doesn't kill them, but the sea hickey it leaves behind is for life. It's like a parasite tramp stamp. And it's not just whales, anything from seals to killer whales to even other sharks can get.
Bro, the fuck? So you'll see it. Anytime you see a circle like that, it's from that fucking
On
thing.
rare occasions, even some
Cookie
humans
cutter
find
shark.
out the bitey way. In the 80s, up to
Oh my
30
god,
US
dude. Fuck this little thing, dude.
on rare
This
occasions,
little
even some
demon. Look at this fucking thing.
humans find out the bitey way. In the 80s, up to 30 US submarines allegedly took damage from the cookie cutter's dental, to the point where the only solution was a fiberglass coating. We always talk about great whites, tiger sharks, bull sharks, but none of them can say they successfully committed hit and runs on a superpower's navy, and with a resume like that, they definitely deserve to get talked about more.
Look at
But
this
yeah,
little
that's gonna do
fucking
it for
thing.
this video. If you learned
No.
something from this video, kindly consider checking out my book, 100 Animals That Can Effing End You. Link
Yeah.
in the description if you're interested. And if
I want to get a hard copy of that book, honestly. I watch these videos so much, I should definitely get a hard copy.
you knew all 10 of these animals already, you have my respect. Drink water, get sun, hug
Yeah, I probably knew one of them, and that was the one with the fucked up nose.
your moms. I'm gonna see y'all in the,
In the
next one.
next one. Ending video.
Babies, you got 500,000 people that love you.
Oh, look at this.
What do you think about that?
Oh, look at it.
Yeah. See, you got 500,000 people that love you. Yeah.
Oh,
See, Faith?
oh, what a cute kitty, bro.
You.
God, those things are so adorable, bro. Holy shit. Wow, what an absolute banger, like always. Yo, he hit 3 million. Let's go. Big ups, son. That's big ups right there. Yo, hey, make sure to go subscribe to Casual Geographic if you haven't already, man. God damn, bro. What a banger. What a banger. Hey, yo, if you liked the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time, man. Deuces.